But welcome back to the Unofficial podcast. And then,
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Unofficial podcast, episode 6. Make sure to go follow us on our social media, Instagram and TikTok. I forgot what the handles are, but we'll put it in the description. Stay tuned for this episode because it turned into like a little exploration, not even a podcast. Like towards the end, we explored this building over here. I'm your host, Axel Ibarra. Whoa. And I'm your host, David Alonso. Stay tuned.
You look stupid as fuck, dude.
It's kind of cold out here, bro. We have this new filming location.
Yeah, we brought out our artistic side.
Nah, we just pulled up to the most randomest place because we really didn't have another film spot. So.
Yeah, but look, it feels nice, bro. I really like the mornings. I think it's so sick. Like, we were talking about it earlier, how the morning we both like the mornings, but it's just the waking up part that's kind of hard.
Yeah, I love the feeling in the morning. I love that. Like, I was telling him earlier, like that was the only thing I would miss about. I would say I'd miss about school was the mornings, like the vibes of the morning, like waking up. No, not waking up, but like going outside and walking out that door and just feeling that air. But once
it's cool. Like,
it's just a nice feeling. I fucking love it. I love the mornings. But then once I put up to that building every single day, I wanted to die. I was like, man, fuck this. I hate this. And then my mornings weren't good anymore.
Yeah.
But I like the feeling, like the morning feeling, the like atmosphere, I guess you could say.
I've always been more of a morning person too. I just really like how I said, kind of the atmosphere as well too. I think it's so sick. Like, I don't know, it's something you can't. I mean, you can kind of replicate it at night because you feel the coolness at night, but
you can't see shit at night.
yeah, which is still cool. Like, it has its own vibe, but
Yeah.
it's just not the morning, you know.
I feel you. And then it's just like, yeah, waking up is the only hardest part. After that, it's amazing. But yeah,
I think seeing the sunrise is so sick.
yeah, sunrise is amazing too. Then I think the only thing is recently I've just been so much of like a night owl than I have been a morning person, which is kind of ass because my sleep schedule is all over the fucking place, dude. It's absolute shit right now. My sleep schedule's like, man, I tried to fix it, I couldn't, bro.
No, I'm trying. Yeah, I was telling us to Chino that today we woke up at 5:30, right? And I have work today later at 1, right? So I kind of knew, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep early, then I'll just be all right, you know. So I went to sleep at 9, and I woke up at 12, and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I stayed up from like 12 to 4:30 in the morning, no, to 4. And then I texted bro. I was like, hey, he's like, are you still gonna pull up? I was like, no. I was like, are you ready for the gym? And then he didn't answer for like 10 minutes, and it was like 4:45. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to sleep. You know, I can chill. You know. He texts me. He's like, I'm on my way. So I have to like speed run everything, and then I just get everything together. And I came a little bit late, but hey, we're still out here in the morning, filming the pod, getting it done, getting after today. So we out here, feeling good. A little bit cold too.
I think one thing is like, this morning we're like, we got our first hate message, bro, which we thought was just so funny. It was like, what was it like? People shouldn't have
People shouldn't be allowed to have podcasts,
or not anyone should just start a podcast, or whatever the fuck it was, right? I think that was so funny because like for us, it's just kind of like we're just starting it. Like, dude, I don't care. We understand that low key our podcast is kind of shit, right? But that's because we're just starting. There's nothing that like. It's not, bro. Like when you start something, it's not gonna be the best. When you start the gym, you're not gonna be at the best. When you start playing guitar, you're not gonna be the best at it. When you start something, you're not gonna be the best at it. So it's like, but I would much rather start, find our flow, find out what we want to, I guess, stand for, what we want to talk about, and get things going. So we might as well just start than just be thinking like, we should start a podcast one day, and then never fucking doing it. And it's the same thing with like, I want to play guitar one day, and then you just never practice. Or whether it be like, I want to learn how to just do something, like some type of, you want to learn a skill, and you're just telling yourself, I'm going to learn, but you never do. You want to learn how to dance, you want to learn how to ride a skateboard, you want to learn how to ride a bike, or whatever the fuck it may be, you know? And it's just like, I'm going to learn one day. But obviously when you start off, you're going to be shit. So I just thought it was just so funny whenever we got our first hate message.
Dude, and that's the thing I really like. I've always really liked the learning process. And I think because I've gone through it so many times, like in a bunch of different things, I feel like it just goes a little bit faster every single time. Because you kind of realize like the stages that you're in, and then you see like, okay, I'm getting closer to finally having it like just like click right there. And I think it's so cool because you can go back and you can see the progress, like where you started off and then where you're at now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think I don't think enough people love the learning process, which is, I mean,
the best part, in my opinion.
Yeah, it really is, because that's where you learn everything.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like at that point, it's not where you're trying to keep up your skills and then make sure that like you're not shit at whatever it is that you do. But at the beginning, it's just like, okay, I'm shit at everything I do, but I get to try everything. You know, like
Yeah.
no one's gonna blame you for like trying to start like a, how to say, just like I mean, obviously like a random thing. Right? If you could just pop out and do a random thing and then be like, okay, that's not my level, but hey, you could at least try it, you know? 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, everything's new to you.
And it's
now
the
you can try
process.
it.
I think that's why people like, I guess us, we love the process. Because I mean, if this guy, like, he knows guitar, right? He knows guitar pretty well. And if I just pull up one day and I start playing guitar, it's like, dude, that's gonna kind of like, you're like, bro, what the hell? Because I think it's the process. It's just like you learned it, you took that time to learn it, so not anyone can just do it. And it's just one of those things that the outcome is not as good as the process, you know? Like same thing with like working out, you know, you achieve a build, and how would you feel if someone just told you they have a better build than you, a better physique, and they're like, oh, I don't even work out, like I just got abs just cause, you know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things where it's like the process is better. The process is better because it's a lot harder. Not everybody can have that, you know what I mean? And the same thing with us, like also our priorities. Our priorities is like, for me at least, and I'm assuming for him, is our business. It's just kind of like trying to get that running. Content is just something we want to do on the side, right? And I think for us, we understand that right now our content's a little shit, right? But we're still trying to figure that out. We're still trying to figure out like the whole process, like of making content, making good content, right? But it's not our priority, so it's not like we're like focused on it 24/7. Like I gotta make content, I gotta make content. Even like on my own personal content, like dude, I don't post every day because that's not my priority. My priority is my business and trying to get that shit working, so that way I can have free time and then I can focus on content. So it's like when you start something, you're gonna be shit. But it's just enjoying that process and getting better, and then one day, you know, it's like when you get good at it, you enjoy it because you know not everyone is gonna be as good as you because you went through that struggle, you went through that process, and you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Even though it may be like a horrible fucking process, you might be like, fuck, I hate this shit. Like that's how it is with with our business, you know. It's like, bro, we're going through this process. We have yet to make a single fucking dollar, right? But it's just like, dude, I want to say I'm pretty much like, in total, almost a year in with this business in a sense, right? But I didn't start till summer. But I've been like earning the skills, evolving everything, trying to figure everything out for about a year, kind of like planning everything. And then summer's when I pretty much kind of started everything. And it's gonna be a process. It's not like I'm gonna be self-made like next week or some shit, right? I mean, I could be, right? But still, it's one of those processes where it's like, it's not gonna be easy. If it was, everybody would have this business, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I wanna enjoy this suffering of like struggle of like I can't even make a single dollar, I can't do this, like I actually enjoy the struggle when it comes to business. As much as like I get frustrated sometimes and I feel like, dude, I'm not going anywhere with this, I do enjoy it, because then I just think to myself, this is a roadblock where someone's gonna quit. Someone who's on the same path as me is gonna be like, you know what, I quit this, I'm just gonna go back to a regular job, as opposed to like just jumping over it and then I hit another roadblock where I'm like, man, I don't want to do this, and I jump over it and keep going and keep going. It's just a game of like Roblox. It's a game of, that's what it is, bro. It's a game of roadblocks.
Roblox?
That's what I was thinking of, bro.
Life is Roblox.
Yeah. It's a game of roadblocks, and it's just about how much you can get over until you get to the end, and people are gonna keep on hitting those, and it's gonna keep coming. And who knows? You know, maybe David might have like 100 roadblocks, right? And I have 200, right? But it's just still, it's like, what if he quits before I do, you know? He might have quit at 50, but I kept going and I made it to the end. Yeah, I had more. So it's just about that determination. So, I don't know. I love the process in anything.
Yeah. And I think one of the important things, too, is trying to learn what your process is. Because I feel like the thing that most people mistake is trying to find what it is that you like and not trying to find what it is that you don't like. And by that, I just mean try everything, but not in the sense of just like try something and just give up immediately. Like, don't be afraid to try new things that, you know, spark a bit of interest. If you want to learn about it, then go ahead and just learn about it. You know, maybe it can just be surface level, but if you really want to like dissect it and get into like the nitty gritty of whatever it is that you want to do, then do that, right? And that's how you really start to find yourself and your purpose. I think that's a lot of things that most people, they want to feel satisfied, but I think that's kind of the wrong term. For me, I think I want to be fulfilled, right? Because or no, most people want to be happy, right? But they kind of mistake that for being fulfilled. And once you start to realize that fulfillment is just a byproduct, I mean, happiness is just a byproduct of fulfillment, then you ultimately chase fulfillment a lot more, because you start to realize that that you're going to get that result regardless of what you do. If you feel fulfilled, then why not just do it? And that's the thing, it takes a lot of time to find that, though. Like, that's something that you can't just speed run.
Yeah.
You really have to take your time and like find yourself, like,
and find a purpose in a sense. And then I think another thing is just like, not necessarily, sometimes it's hard to like, I guess, find yourself, but I think the way I view it is finding my God-given purpose and creating my, I guess, like
self-driven purpose.
My self-driven purpose, right? Because it's like sometimes you can't find yourself, right? And I for me, that's like, okay, I can't find my God-given purpose, right? But you as an individual can create yourself. So I think we're in this world to kind of create a path. You know, you may not have a purpose, but you can create one in that sense. You can create your purpose, and it's not necessarily finding your purpose, but it's creating it and working towards something. And I think for sure you do have to find your purpose when it comes to like God, because it's like you can't just create your purpose. You know what I mean? It's like it's your God-given purpose, right? For me, I haven't really found that purpose in the sense of like I haven't felt like a strong message from God about a God-given purpose, but I do say it does. My goals do somewhat align to what I would want. How would I put this? Like biblically, if that makes sense. Like
I guess like your goals don't like stray you away from God.
Yeah, they don't stray away from God. So I was actually talking to a deacon, not to a friend yesterday, at oh, it was like
club.
it was one of those questions, and it was because I brought it up. It was like, what are you more scared of, failure or success? And for me, for them, they were like failure because you put all that hard work, and you know, it's just like you did all that just to fail, right?
Yeah.
And for me, it's like it's success, because for me, success to me is like, dude, when I succeed, I want to. The reason I say this is kind of like a God-given purpose, but I still haven't found that yet, is because when I succeed, the way I see succeeding is I want to use my pockets to bless others. The reason I want to become self-made is not necessarily to have the materialistic things. I want to be able to, you know, build schools, go on missions, and just help out like in any way I can, and just use my pockets to bless others. But I'm scared of success, because I'm just like, what if I start drifting away from that vision and I start falling in love with the materialistic things? What if I start like, oh, I like this watch, and I was like, and I started like not really focusing my money on towards helping, but more myself. So that's the only thing I'm scared of when it comes to success. So I feel like my goals to succeed do align with God. However, I get scared that if I get there, what if my whole reasoning for succeeding starts changing in that sense, and then I just lose myself, you know what I mean?
That's crazy, yeah. And it's kind of the saying, it's like, why gain the whole world but lose your soul? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just like, why give up, you know, if I'm being honest, a couple of years, if you think about it in terms of like the lifespan of the actual earth and how long it's been here, a human life is very minuscule, you know? Like, most of the time, they don't even live to see a century. And when you put it in that perspective, and to see how old the earth is, like not even just the earth, but like from here to Jesus, like it's been like 2024 years, you know, like that's crazy. Like how many generations have passed? But I don't know, I think it's something different to find, like in that. I guess just because whenever you think about it, I always kind of put in the perspective of this. I was like, if I want to find success, right? Obviously everybody does. But I also want to find success, like how it says, with fulfillment as well. And I want to find success and fulfillment with God. because you kind of notice that without God, there isn't really a fulfillment. There's always going to be some empty space. There's always going to be something that you want more of, and you're never going to really be like, I guess, at peace, you know, or be able to understand what peace truly is, because your life is always just going to be surrounded by a bunch of conflict. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is, because I always put it in the perspective of like it's not me walking with God, it's like him walking with me, you know, because he's always gonna be there, right? And the reason I say it's not me walking with him is because I walk away like quite a bit of times, you know, we all have. And you know, if I always say it's like, God, help me to walk with you. It's like I say don't walk with me, because I know you're already there, right? It's like, help me to walk with you, because I don't want to abandon you like how I've done before, you know, and we don't want that to happen again. And in terms of success, it's a scary prayer, bro. But I kind of put it as just don't if it drives me away from you, then I want no part in it, which is super scary, because like up until like what, maybe we met each other in like a while back ago. We seriously started talking in like maybe 8th grade.
Yeah, like the 8th grade, like going into freshman year, that summer.
Yeah, and then actually, like from then, like you kind of have that mindset, and that's because you realize it's okay, like not a phase, it's kind of just something you want to accomplish. And yeah, like if it drives me away from you, I want no part in it, which is honestly kind of scary, because you know you live with that purpose for so long, and now you finally get the opportunity to like seize it and grasp it in your hand, and like go get it. But you pray that prayer, and it's just like, dang, you know. But I mean, they hold you accountable, which is a good thing. And I think that's why it's scary, because it holds you accountable. And if you don't have anything that holds you accountable for whatever type of goal, then you're honestly not dreaming big enough.
And that's like another thing. It's just like, I feel like if you like that saying is like dream so big that you don't even know how you're gonna get there. And like there's another one that kind of correlates the same, is like dream so big that you're scared of your own goals. And it's like, that's how I am. Like I dream so big that I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get there. Like I'm kind of scared of like my own goals, in the sense of like, dude, how is this gonna work out? But I think I love that the most, because then I feel like I have such higher standards or higher goals for myself, if that makes sense. Like one thing that that happens quite often, and I'm not here like to boast my ego or anything, right? But I hear a lot of good about me. Like I'm being for real. Like I hear a lot of good about me. Like I'm not, like, for what I'm saying, I'm not here to boast my ego, but I hear a lot of good about me. Like
what?
Like people always tell me like, oh dude, like people talk good about you and this and that, right? Or like sometimes when people come to me, it's like, dude, I want to be like you, in the sense of like my goals or whatever, right? And like that, to me, that makes me feel weird, right? Because it's like they put me up here, but I see myself right here, if anything below them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see
like,
you there too.
No, but yeah, I think it's just one of those things where like some people would come up to me and is like, dude, how do you have such like it's like my faith, right? A lot of people think that my faith is just like up here, right? And a lot of people ask me questions about faith.
I think you're Paul, bro. Like,
yeah, like they think like, yeah, and I'm just like, dude, no. I was like, the only reason I read my Bible is because I'm lost in my faith. Like that's the reason. Like,
yeah, it's like you're just as lost as them.
Yeah, I'm just as lost as you.
But it's just like the only thing you're actually trying to find an answer.
Yeah, I'm seeking for that answer, right?
Yeah.
And it's like people are like, dude, how are you right here? It's like, dude, like you're so wise in a sense, right? At a young age. And I've gotten told that so many times, but I don't see that, just because like for me, I've always been like a goofball at times, right?
Damn, bro.
So I don't really see myself being wise, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, dude, I have so much more years to come before I can even reach that level, right?
Yeah.
But
more gray hairs too, bro.
Yeah.
Their hair's still black, you know.
I know, right? But still, it's like one of those things where people like put me up here, but I don't see myself up here. I see myself like below them, you know, like I'm like down here. And it's like they ask me all these questions, and I'm just like, I'll answer them, but at the same time, I'm just like, why come to me, right? I think it's cool that they come to me, because, you know, at least they're trying to search for an answer, right? But whether it be like that, I'm just like, dude, I'm just as lost as you, if anything more lost. Yeah, and that's why I read my Bible, because I want to find those answers. I want to look for them. And even with like being driven with like goals and whatnot, because I do, why do you dream so big, or why what makes you want to become like so self-made? He's like, dude, I'm just like here wanting to get a regular job. Like I want to be self-made. I want to do this, but I'm just here. I'm just like, then
And you
in
really
my
don't
head-
want it.
yeah, I'm just like, you really don't want it. That's what it is, right? And I'm just like, dude, I'm pretty much just like you, dude. I'm the exact same person as you. I was like, the only difference is, dude, you just don't want it as bad. And I think even in terms of being a good person, you know, I don't think I'm a good person. I know that I've done so much wrong in this world, but people always like wonder how I'm a good person, right? I just don't see that, bro. Like I really don't. I try to be good, right?
Yeah. I think it's because you're not like an asshole, bro.
That's probably true. I think it's probably because I'm not an asshole, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've always wondered. You ever wonder like, I wonder who talks shit about me and stuff like that, right? And then sometimes you'll find out who's talking shit about you, but I've yet to find out who's talking shit about me. Like I want someone to be talking shit about me, though.
Yeah.
It feels weird to be like,
We really got one today, bro. On
oh yeah,
on
all that, the comment, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, like I've never heard like, I've always heard like, yeah, like people always like, it'd be random strangers too, or people that I'm like, that are friends now, right? But like when I first started meeting them, they're like, yeah, bro, I always hear good about you, and that throws me off. I'm like, like they've never heard any bad about me. Like they was like, I always hear good about you, but like knowing me, I'm just like, dude, I've done so much, like so much wrong in this world that it throws me off to hear that I'm a good person. But yeah, I don't think you should put yourself. Hold on. I don't think you should put yourself in a standard of like, this person's better than me or whatnot. I guess it's good to have that mindset when you're in terms of competing and whatnot, and it's good to have that mindset in certain situations. But when it comes to like us being human, we're all human, we're all equal and made in the image of God, and so it's like there is no one better than the other when it comes down to it, to the soul, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think trying to build off of that, I think one thing that I've always realized is that there's so many different like demographics and labels that really separate human beings, and they kind of they kind of make them real small in terms of what like actual human beings are. You know, like they'll separate us into I guess just probably being like weird because you know we want to you know, be self-made or whatever it may be, your race, your financial status, your
goals,
your IQ, yeah, goals, athletic ability, whatever it may be. But I think people just really have to dissect, like, bro, people are human, right? And it's like, if you just look at someone for that, then you'll start to realize, like, okay, he's really not that much different than I am. Is he taking a different plan of attack, or is he approaching it differently? Yeah, but I mean, you could be approaching it differently in your own way, you know, because you don't want to say like, okay, I can just do it exactly like he did, because you'll never be able to replicate someone's success, because in in the world of business, you know, there's some things that depend on time, and you know, you're never going to be the next Iman Ghazi, right? Because you're just not stuck in that time frame. Because SMMA, there's so many like people our age are trying to start that shit and they have no experience, right? But he just got lucky because he found something new, and the internet was barely becoming what it is today, and he found an opportunity, he seized it, right? But yeah, I think just try to understand, like, yo, you know, you're not much different than them. It's just they're doing something different than you, and just let that sink in, and then you'll be all right, bro.
It's cold as fuck, dude.
Hell yeah, the sun's coming out now.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I guess like the whole moral of this is just, bro, chase your dreams. Don't give a fuck about what he says. If someone's hating on you, then it's a good thing. And I think that's why I tell you, like, I get weirded down when people talk good about me, right? I guess it's a good thing, right? But for me, it's like, no, I want people to talk shit in a sense, because like to me, it's just like, dude, and maybe there's people that do talk shit. I just haven't heard it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there definitely is. I mean, I
feel like there is.
There has to be, you know, like.
But like, I feel like a lot of people that talk shit knows they get talk shit about. You know what I mean? Like people that like, because I always hear like people, but it's because I guess because I'm not in like drama like that. You know what I mean? Because other people are like, yeah, dude, this person's always talk shit about me or this and that. But I've never once ever heard anything bad about me, to like about anyone. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's just the moral of everything is just kind of chase your dreams, whether it be big or small. Dude, just chase it, Don't give a fuck about what anyone else thinks. There's always gonna be someone not rooting for you, and maybe there'll be people rooting for you, and then people that will be rooting for you but low-key want you to fail. So it's just one of those things where, at the end of the day, how you said, our lifespan is so insignificant. So it's just like, dude, no one's gonna give a fuck in 100 years. No one's gonna give an absolute fuck about your life in 100 years. So do what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, that lucky sucks, bro.
It's one of those things, right? Like, dude,
it's like a sad
you
truth.
can leave a legacy, but at the end of the day, no one gives a fuck. You're dead. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing much else other than you've already lived your life. You're dead. You know, all these great artists that lived, you know, yeah, they made an impact, but at the end of the day, they're dead, bro. You know what I mean? It's like all these people that are great, that were great leaders or whatever, they made a good impact, they left a legacy, but at the end of the day, now they're just history. You know what I mean? And like, it doesn't make them any different from people that have died in the past. They're all dead. The only difference is some of them made a path, a legacy, because they chose to do something as opposed to just living a normal life. And they were low-key, people probably thought they were weird for trying to achieve something so big, and then look, now they're a part of history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying,
go ahead.
I'm not saying you have to be so big to create a legacy, right? All I'm saying is just do what you want to do in your life, because at the end of the day, no one's gonna give a fuck. We're all gonna die, and you shouldn't be living your life with. And let me put it this way, because I say this to a lot of people. You should not let someone else have the pen to your book. You know what I mean? You should not let someone else control.
Oh, you never said that to me. What the hell? You never said that to me once.
I'll say it to other people.
Oh shit.
Because
I don't need that shit.
You don't need that advice, bro. You don't need that advice.
It would still be nice to hear that shit though. But you've been gatekeeping that shit. What the fuck?
Well, people that are often ask me like about like why don't I give a shit and whatnot. Well, because you don't need that advice, bro.
I'm gonna start saying that shit. Be like, yeah, I came up with that shit.
But anyways, like, not letting someone else have the pen to your book of life, in a sense, you know, like someone else is gonna write that for you, bro. It's your life. You should have the pen, take control, and do what you want to do, and not, you know, care and worry about what anybody else thinks. Because at the end of the day, your parents are gonna, if you care about so much about your parents, at the end of the day, they're gonna pass, right? And then you've craved and lived this whole life just to satisfy your parents, and you didn't really get to do what you wanted to do. You know what I mean? It's like, I love my parents. They did not want me to drop out, but at the end of the day, I love my parents, right? But I was like, dude, I'm dropping the fuck out, bro, right? And I understand that my actions will affect them, but si Dios quiere, bro, the goal is to repay them. You know what I mean? And just like, yeah, like
repay them for what, dropping out?
No, for making them feel like that, because like, they'll be like, yeah, because the people be like, oh, your son dropped out, or your son's this, your son's that, right? And bro, so they deal with that, right? So I understand my actions affected them in a sense, right?
But I just have to add on that, bro. Like, low key, like, if you think about it, whenever parents want you to like look out, I heard this on another podcast. I heard it on Jumpers Up, right? They were talking about how like whenever your parents want you to look out, they want to look out for you, right? Quote unquote, look out for you. If you really think about it, they're kind of just looking out for you to also kind of look out for themselves. But kind of bear with me. But it's because whenever they have those conversations with like their brothers and their sisters and
friends,
like their friends, and they're like, oh, what's your son doing? What's David, what's Axel doing? It's like, oh, he's in the Matrix. Oh, he doesn't have a job. But then they'd be like, oh, okay, well, he's doing something. You know, he's trying to do something. But it makes them feel awkward, right? But then low key, so they always disregard the fact, like, yo, is he actually happy though? Like the way they put it is just like, yo, bro, if you give this guy a lollipop, is he gonna smile, or is he just gonna be like, what the fuck, dude? Like, is he gonna get pissed off? Yeah. And that's kind of thing too. It's like, bro, like don't live someone else's legacy, you know. And that's kind of a struggle I always have with my dad too. My mom kind of helps me out with that, just because I kind of like showed her the vision of what I have. I was like, yo, like, I'm fucking like, dude, I'm like, this is what I want, you know, like, it's something different. I get it, I understand, and there's a bigger chance of failure, but I mean, the reward is also a lot bigger than anything you can get with any regular chance opportunity you get, you know. So yeah. I mean, why not risk it?
It's like that one quote, like, from Cody. His name's Cody, I think. That surfer, that penguin is a surfer. Like, I don't know why everybody's so. Yeah, he's like, I forgot what he says, but he says something about, I don't know why everybody's so judgmental. It's like, I understand why my mom's judgmental, because I know she partially because she cares, but also because she's like, something about like she's scared to get judged too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you can't blame them though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame your parents for getting judged too, because it's just like, you kind of do put them in a bad spot.
Yeah.
But whenever you realize that, like, okay, you put them in a bad spot, and if you're okay with being in that bad spot, if you know you're gonna be good, then go ahead, do it. Like, if you're okay with growing your hair out, and you look like a bum, but then you come back just looking like a sexy,
because no one's on the vision.
yeah.
No one's on the vision.
Yeah, or if you're okay with bulking, bro, and getting fat, and then cutting, and then you come back, well, maybe not with abs, but I mean, you have a pretty drastic change, right?
Yeah.
You have a pretty drastic change.
And then you cut.
Then do that shit, bro.
But yeah,
don't give a fuck.
But like,
anyone says
even
you're
at
fat.
that, bro, at the end of the day, just no one gives a fuck, dude. Like, no one's gonna care. No one's gonna give a fuck. People only care because they see you doing better, or they see that you have such a bigger dream to catch, and they feel like, oh, that's bigger than mine. So
like dreams they give up on.
yeah, and it's just like, dude, people are gonna hate. People are they're gonna try to shoot that shit down. No, at the end of the day, no one gives a fuck. No one cares about you. Do your own thing. Live your own life. Because if not, you're gonna live a depressing life, wishing you would have lived. You wish like your own way, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I mean, like, if you ask old people nowadays, they'll be like, they'll have so much regrets. Like, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. Because at the end of the day, it's like, dude, they didn't do it because they were scared for a certain outcome, and they're just like, man, I wish I would have done it. Even if it's something as simple as like admitting, like, I think one of the big things that people say, like, when they're old, is like admitting they liked someone. Like, they never admitted anything.
For real?
Yeah, like I've seen like a bunch of like videos of stuff like that, like old people. Some of them like would be like doing exciting stuff. Like, I wish I'd have gone out more, like skydiving, or I wish I'd have gone hiking and stuff like that.
Yeah, I need to try that.
And yeah, and they were like, but I just decided to stick in an office job because I was scared of this and that. You know what I mean? And so people were like, man, I wish I would have told, my high school crush or this and that I liked her, because at the end of the day, I lived my whole life and I could have told her, I have a crush on you, and then either she doesn't or she does, It's just like stuff like that, So it's just like,
I mean, the world keeps spinning.
Yeah,
that's the thing that
no one's gonna give a fuck, bro. So yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Just chase your dreams, bro, or whatever goals you have.
Yeah.
Oh shit, intermission.
Yeah, where were we? Giving a fuck.
Giving a fuck. not giving a fuck.
Oh yeah. No, I actually want to pivot on that. Giving a fuck. If you low-key give a fuck about what other people do, bro, you're low-key weird. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Especially if like.
That's so true, bro.
Like, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but if you really want to get into like the nitty-gritty of it and like just talk it out, I think you don't realize that some people if they're up here, you don't realize what it took for them. You don't realize how it looked like down here. That's pretty much just it, right? And a lot of people kind of judge people on like whatever it may be, bro. But I just think it's so weird. Like, why do you care about what I do? I mean, unless you're gonna support it, then okay, go ahead and care. But if you're gonna try to tear it down, then bro, like you're probably tore down yourself,
Yeah.
And that's also the thing too, is whenever someone kind of approaches you with that type of hate, don't respond. Because then you give into that, and then that's when they win.
But
right?
even at that, dude, sometimes I guess I would say I'm hypocritical in that sense. Because
yeah, it happens.
There's times where like I will talk to my friends or other people who are like, they just want to do this, right? And I'm just like, bro, why do you want to do that? There's so much more and whatnot. But I think the reason I'm like that is because like I see the potential in them. I see the potential of like, dude, you can achieve this, you can achieve that. And there's so much like I see like they want to chase a bigger goal, but they're settling for here, you know what I mean? And so like I guess I care and I judge in the sense of like, yo, like why do you do that? Why is this what you want to do? It's like I see like deep down you want to chase a bigger dream, or you want to have this other thing, but you're not doing it. And I think that's what kind of kills me inside, because like I care and it's just like, dude, I want them to achieve that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I guess it's hypocritical for us, for me to be saying, like, oh, don't judge, don't care about what people think, if people talk about you, whatever it is, right? But for me, it's just more of like, I see that they have dreams, they have goals. I hear them talk about it every like few like snippets of like conversations, like, oh, I've always wanted to do this, or I've always wanted to do that, and they just never have, right? And I'm just like, bro, just go for it and achieve it. Like, don't even do this. Like, For instance,
when you put it that way, it kind of makes sense.
for instance,
Like, there's an exception, but still, like,
Yeah,
for
there's
the
like-
most part, don't do it unless you're trying to, like, that's why I said, like, unless you're trying to build it up, you know what I mean?
unless you're trying to build it up, yeah. But like if you're trying to just like shoot the dream down, then not. Like I remember one time I was talking to homeboy Octavio, right? And he talked about he wanted to be in soccer, right? And I told him, bro, because he wants to be a soccer player, right? And he talked about he was gonna become an engineer or something like that, right? And how he's gonna do that. I told him, bro, no, don't do that. Just try your best to achieve that soccer dream, dude. Worst case scenario, you don't get drafted, you don't do nothing, and you go back to engineering school. You know what I mean? But at least you tried. At least it's like I tell him, like, I always thought like it would be best for him to not focus on school. And I guess it's a bad thing, right? Saying that, but I would say just focus on his dream. Like I guess he could go to school, right? He
Coming
could go
from a dropout.
right? Yeah, yeah. Or he could go to school, right? But like focus on soccer and try to get like, you know, scouted by scouts and just try to make it into the big leagues or whatnot, right? And like worst case scenario, he doesn't make it and he becomes an engineer, just like he was gonna become originally. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by the sense of like, I care too much about other people, and I feel like I'm shooting down their basic dream, because I think like David does want to become an engineer, but he also has a bigger dream of becoming a soccer player, right? So it's like I shoot it down in the sense of like, don't become an engineer, go for what you actually want to do. That's the way I mean when I say I judge and I'm like shooting down their dream. But by that I mean just like their basic dream. Like I want to do this, because don't get me wrong, I low-key want to. There's been times where I wanted to be a firefighter, right? But I mean I can't do it because I have heart condition. But other than that,
Corazón de papa.
all my dreams were shot down, bro, which is a good thing. Cause like low-key, dude. I low-key wouldn't be an entrepreneur. Like I wouldn't want to be an entrepreneur if I did not have a heart condition. Like I would low-key want to be a firefighter, bro. For real? Or a smoke jumper, which is like a form of a firefighter, but what they do is they skydive into the forest and bring out the fires.
Oh, like the wildfire, like.
Yeah, but if it's like deep in the forest, you fly in a plane, you skydive down there, and you take out the fires.
Oh, that's badass.
That's what a smoke jumper is. But they're like, no, you can't do that because you have heart condition. And then I wanted to become a fighter, and I couldn't do that because I have heart condition. So this is the only path now. But that's crazy though. Like how my heart condition was kind of like a blessing in disguise, dude. Maybe. If I don't,
yeah, bro.
If I make it.
Yeah, if not, then you're just fucked up. You're fucked up and you fucked up. So, no. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say like talent, dude. I think that's so crazy how so many people are so talented and yet you never get to see it. Because I see there's so many people, like the people around me, I see like, dude, they're creative, right? And I see that their creativity can spark something so like amazing. And I mean, sometimes that goes to rot, right? And I think that kind of goes to rot away, like in a job. That's usually just where it goes away. But like, even like this, bro, like this is so sick, you know? Like I think it's just if you can truly appreciate something, like truly appreciate someone's creativity, and if they have that in an art form even, like, and if you can truly look at it and understand, like, maybe if it's not even trying to convey a message, but if it's just look cool like this, bro, then I mean, I don't know, I think it's so sick. I think a lot of people don't understand that you know, it's okay to be creative, you know, but you have to know, that's the thing with a lot of the art forms and a lot of creativity. I always tell Chino, it's like people don't look at it as a business when they actually need to, and it's really all it is. And whatever it may be, whether it be fashion, actually, like, you know, making art, like painting, sculptures, designing, like even an architect, you know, it's an art form, you know. You have to know how to market it. It really is a business. And a lot of people fail to understand that, and they fail to do that successfully. So that's why a lot of artists fail. But it's not really like failure to be a good artist. It's just failure to plan. And how they say failure to plan is just plan to fail. So I always try to keep that in mind.
Fuck. You're gonna fucking break it.
No, no. That's what I'm saying, the middle parts.
Alright, we pulled up to a new spot. It's just the most randomest, creepiest place, but yeah. God damn. Bro, there's an opening right there too. We're gonna go in there. So this podcast has turned into an exploration. Let's go.
Fuck, I hit my fucking
Fucking dumbass, bro.
Fuck.
Dude, you good?
That was good. I just said.
Let's go. Literally, this podcast has turned into an exploration. Let's go.
This is why it's the bro. Ow, I just landed out. I hurt both my ankles.
Well, I hate when that happens. This is why it's the unofficial podcast.
Unofficial.
Look, we're here at this little.
Yeah, take a little 360 view.
That's what I was showing you.
Got a bandit truck, a bunch of tanks over here, a bunch of cans, and an opening. Oh, you gotta show them like trying to shoot them.
Oh, look, the graveyard's over here. And then like we're over here by like, if you know where the trail's at, it's like these buffalo, they're like over there. The trail's like over there. And like this little buffalo. My car's over here. Came to this warehouse. There's no trespassing sign, so we should be good. Yo, there's a cup right there, dude.
I know. Yo, bro, this thing's actually like low-key kind of big as fuck.
Look. Oh, is that a fucking big ass falcon? A bird?
Owl. That's
It's a fucking owl.
Oh shit, I've never seen an owl in my life. Oh shit.
Yo, this is fucking bad.
Bro, that's so badass.
Look, there he is.
Oh my god, dude. That's a fucking owl. Oh shit.
You think someone owns this place though? I mean, I'm assuming someone does, but
Oh shit, look. Oh my gosh.
pigeon. There's an owl.
And then look, owls are some of the quietest flyers, bro. So you can like,
Oh shit!
look, whenever it's flying, you can't hear its wings.
Yeah, it's so mute. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh shit! I thought that was a person. It's a fucking machine.
What?
Oh fuck. So, worst case scenario, we get in trouble when we get arrested for trespassing.
Which is a Class B misdemeanor.
You've studied law?
I've been CT'd though like twice. So.
Yo, do you think this opens a little?
Oh.
Yeah, it opens. There's a basement right there. Look, peek through it. I don't want to go outside.
Oh. Nah, I'm rather staying here.
Let's go to the basement or what?
Oh hell no. You've been so badass. I can't believe I just seen an owl, bro.
I hear something over here. I feel like someone's here, huh? These are bathrooms. But I think someone might have pulled up. I had like a car door closed. Oh my gosh, the bird scared the fuck out of me.
What's that owl?
I don't know. He like dipped. Free Danielle.
For what?
Alright. Pretty cool little place, guys.
Oh my gosh, scared the fuck out of me.
That sound looking scary, bro. I'm not gonna
The sounds?
lie, bro.
I'm just trying to
Whenever you
see.
heard someone there, I was like,
I know, I heard like footsteps or some shit.
yeah, because I stopped whenever I heard that shit too.
Fuck.
We gotta make sure the coast is clear whenever we go back. So what are you doing?
Oh shit, I almost stepped on a nail.
Alright, we're here.
Let's go.
No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, walking.
Alright,
Let me get a cinematic
that was the end of episode 6. Nice little exploration, nice podcast. Again, I'm your host, Axel Ibarra. Then you got this queer behind the camera. You want to introduce yourself, or introduce yourself to excuse yourself?
All right, and I'm David Alonso, finishing off this podcast. Stay tuned for the next one. It's gonna be even better. We're gonna have more bangers coming up.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. We're gonna have a shit ton of bangers. So stay tuned. I will be here. Unofficial podcast out. Fuck.